What's going on, guys? We're going to do some technical analysis. We're going to get some levels ready for tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be the 24th of June. Already the month of June is coming to an end. So make sure you guys are doing your journaling. Make sure you guys are doing, going over your P&Ls and, kind of reflecting on, some things that you did good this month and some things that you maybe could improve on going into the month of July. But we're on full breakout mode. If we kind of look at this chart here, this is a 1 hour view. We're looking at the Nasdaq 100. I'm actually on the micros chart. Let's go over to the NQ. Might be a little different. But what we're looking at here is I've got some weekly macro key levels, right? So that big macro key level to the downside, that's big support, right? And if I go back all the way, 20,944. Okay, so way down here, way yonder, way over here, this whole range, right? This is our floor. And we've been slowly waving to the upside, okay? And, typically when you're getting these big pullbacks, you want to be a buyer of these pullbacks, right? Sounds simple enough, a lot harder to do in real time. But that's why technical analysis, some key levels, drawing some trend lines, using daily moving averages, stuff like that can help your technical analysis. Now, what we're looking at here, if you go back, including today's price action, so we're already gapping up over today's highs and gapping up over last week's, Thursday, Friday highs. If you kind of look at this area, so for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, so for the last week, we're approaching this level, 22,222, right? So all twos. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. As we come close to this, I'm assuming going into tomorrow's session, we will have at least tested that area. If we do get up into that area, 22,326 is the next mark. That line here has been on my chart for the better half of almost 3 months. I believe 3 months. Let's go on the 4-hour chart. Let's kind of look at when this goes back. So I'm looking at highs, yep, going back actually a lot farther than that. 22,450, 22,320 to 22,450. Those levels have been on my chart since December, January, and then that 22,325 has been on my chart since February. So when we started this whole big drop, right? Remember when everyone thought the world was going to end, right? People think the world's going to end again. We have essentially V-shaped recovered this whole entire move from that short stint bear market that we put in the month of February, March, right? February, March, April, we kind of bottomed out and then we've completely recovered. The market really hasn't had any significant pullbacks. This is going to be a big area, right? A big area. So if you look at this rejection zone, a lot of consolidation in this upper hand, and we're back in this area again. So this is definitely going to act as an area of resistance, but we could also be on full breakout watch. So if we do start to bust through 22,325, we want to look for that continuation into 450s. That's going to be the mark that we want to watch. So going into tomorrow, I will have a long-sided bias. I will mark out last week's highs, that 22,222. Looks like we touched it already, right? Looks like we touched it already on this open. 22,217. So pretty damn close. If we get over this area, look for a break and retest. Look for a break in confirmation into 326. If we gap over 326 tomorrow, over 327, what you want to see here, right? So if we kind of do something like this and New York opens and we're trading over this level, I would be a little cautious chasing the longs. You want to look for a pullback, right? Look for that pullback, see if we can hold this zone. And then if we do, you want to find a better price on those longs coming out so you can use this area as a stop. Truthfully speaking, if we have too big of a gap, right, going into tomorrow's open, let's say we have too big of a gap going into tomorrow's open, and we kind of pull back and we put in a lower high and then we close back under 22,325. Look for the pullback into 22,221. Anything below 221, I would look for a full retest of the daily 5 moving average. That would be a good pullback spot. The other scenario is that, let's say we kind of just chop around this range here and then we kind of pull back. If we do pull back tomorrow, let me fix my lines, got some driving nuts. If we kind of do this and we kind of pull back off the open, and here's the New York session open, and we have this flush where we kind of come back and test today's highs, today being June the 23rd, expect for the daily 5 and 10 day moving averages to move up a little bit. And if they do move up, look for some support. That's going to be a good area to go long. Okay, so look for your entries here off of that area. See if you can ride this back into 221, and then see if we can, you know, start to take out 326 to kind of finish off this week. That would be something that I would be looking for. If you have something else catastrophic happen, where let's say we kind of lose this whole floor, you do have this rising support channel that's coming up to about 21,821, and then you have your rising daily 20 moving average at 21,774. So those are your two supports. This double bottom here, right here, boom, and right here, boom, is kind of solidifying that this area is holding. Buyers were comfortable. We briefly came down today and tested this area again right around that 20-day moving average. So we are building support to the upside. Any pullbacks, you're looking for the 5 and 10-day moving averages to continue higher, guys. That's what we're looking for going into tomorrow. Guys, I have 2 spots left to join Evolution Traders. If you do want to join, it's 50% off right now. That link is down in the description box below. Also, Apex, 24 hours left on the 80% off sale. You can use code DAnthony, and right now, daytraders.com is 90% off. You can use the link down in my description box below. They did start offering Project X platform. With that being said, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. It really helps spread this out to more traders. I will see all of you guys on the next video.